Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. All right, so this topic is on Jonathan Majors. If you do not know who that is the now fiance of Megan Good. He is the one who was accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend, and there was a big debacle. Since then, unfortunately, he has been dropped, I would say, in a way, blacklisted, from the industry. And I really, really enjoyed his role in Marvel. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I really hate to see that part of the MCU kind of, you know, how you say disappear. And he's also starred in other roles. Loving Country, I think, is it Loving Country? I forgot one of those, but he's a very, very good actor. And this, what was it, yesterday, I believe, there was a filing for a stipulation of dismissal with prejudice, meaning that all parties agreed to dismiss this case and for it to never be filed again. Anything similar to this to be filed against him again, which is a good thing. If you are unaware as to exactly what happened, uh, let's see. I'm gonna go to the complaint. I think yes. So it is on the complaint. She actually filed a complaint against Jonathan Majors back on March 20th, 2024. Well, this year. And she was seeking an amount that over $75,000, exclusive of interest and cost of the court, anything that was in the jurisdictional limits of the court. I didn't even know she lived in the United Kingdom, but that's who he was dating, Miss Grace Jabari, I believe that's what it is. Says Grace and Majors met in London in August of 2021 on the set of the Marvel movie Ant-Man and Wasp. Oh my gosh, that's where they met. Where Grace was working for the movement director as the movement coach for the series. I did not know that. I did not know that. And it's like either let Jonathan go or let her go. Because if I don't know if she continues to work there. I have to look. But man, Grace is not the first person that Jonathan Majors has subjected to verbal abuse or physical violence, as a fact unknown to Grace when she met him. And I remember that article came out where there was other people that came out the bushes and was stating that they were verbally abusive or physically abusive as well. I'm gonna read some of this, but not all of this. But I want y'all to kind of get a gist of what happened. It says the case arises from a pattern of pervasive domestic abuse that began in 2021 and extended through 2023. The totality of the circumstances and the history of domestic abuse are pertinent to understanding the severity of Grace Jabari's damages. Majors began exhibiting concerning behavior towards Grace as early as September 2021. From then on, the verbal assaults and frightening anger of Majors continued to escalate until the first time he physically attacked Grace in July of 2022. In September of 2022, Majors physically attacked Grace again, this time causing serious injuries to her body. Soon after, Grace disclosed the physical abuse to a member of Jonathan's management team in an effort to get him help. Major was furious when he learned that Grace had outed him as an abuser. Still reeling from the perceived betrayal, the relationship between Grace and Majors continued to deteriorate, accumulating in yet another violent incident in 2023, wherein Majors caused Grace to sustain a broken finger and laceration behind her ear. Following Major's arrest, Grace disclosed the entire history of both verbal and physical abuse to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, along with written evidence of same. Despite living in the extreme fear of the repercussions, Grace has continued to tell the truth about the abuse. Now that Majors can no longer physically abuse Grace, he has resorted to very publicly abusing her reputation. Following his arrest, Majors immediately implemented an extensive media campaign smearing Grace, claiming he was completely innocent, is probably the victim, that he did not assault her whatsoever, and that this woman was having an emotional crisis for which she was taken to the hospital. Majors went to behave as many domestic abusers do by attempting to blame his victim, campaigning for the DA to initiate against Ms. Jabari, holding her accountable for her crimes. Excuse me. The nightmare did not end there for Grace. 3 months after the attack, in a truly desperate attempt to discredit his victim before trial, Majors filed a criminal complaint against Grace, causing her to be publicly arrested and humiliated. During the trial against Majors, the theme of his defense was to blame his victim and paint her as a liar. His attorney claiming in his closing argument that this entire case is built on Grace lies, and boy, does Grace lie. The prosecutors brought Grace white lies, her big lies, and her pretty little lies. Jonathan Majors was then found guilty of assault. In shocking denigration of the criminal justice system following his conviction and prior sentencing, Majors participated in an exclusive interview with ABC News, wherein he doubled down on his public attack of Grace, claiming she is lying about the entire pattern of abuse she has described, and he has never laid his hands on a woman. So that's pretty much the gist of why she filed that lawsuit, for assault as well as for defamation, because she pretty much threw salt on her name and humiliated her. So, whatever has been discussed since the filing of this complaint to the filing of the stipulation of dismissal with prejudice, that means that they worked out something. What it is, we will never know because the documents are sealed. But the stipulation of dismissal with prejudice reads that it is hereby stipulated and agreed by and between plaintiff Grace Jabari and the defendant Jonathan Majors through their undersigned attorneys that all claims against defendant in the above captioned action are hereby dismissed with prejudice, meaning that they cannot file the same cause of action again against Jonathan Majors, pursuant to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 41 and A1A, paragraph 2. And each party will bear its own costs and attorney fees. So pretty much, whoever, if you have to put out any fees, pay your lawyer, all this other stuff, you got to make sure that you do so. And that's it. That is it. It is very unfortunate what goes on in Hollywood. I am a little salty that, what's done is done. I wish that they would provide Jonathan with another opportunity of going back onto Marvel. But I know that's something up to Disney. But what y'all think about this? Do y'all agree? Do you think, what do y'all think happened? How did they come? Was she lying? Did he prove that, it was definitely a lie? What happened? Put it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, be blessed, and I'm out. Bye.